Hi guys, it's Sophia, and I'm here back at it again with another speed edit in CAS. I am making the Percy Jackson Fam Bam minus Hazel and Frank because in my brain when I was creating them, I totally forgot about them. Um, but if you want to see it, let me know and I will create them. Right now I'm making Percy, who is my favorite. Actually, you know what? Percy and Nico are very closely tied for me in terms of favorite character. I cannot get enough of either one of them. I am in love with Percy. I want to be Nico slash take care of him and be his older sister. Um, which is the strangest thing to say. It's just like he is my child and I'm so happy for him and for his life, and I feel so emotionally connected to both Percy and Nico. And I love Annabeth as well. She's also right in there along with Leo. And I am making those three in this speed cast. I'm also making Piper McLean and Jason Grace, and also as an added bonus, I'm making Mrs. O'Leary, which I'm so stupid. I should have created Hazel and Frank instead of Mrs. O'Leary. I'm sorry about that, but such is life. Also, I am still having trouble with the black lines. However, I'm working on fixing it. So, yeah, there's that. Um, yeah, so also I am only doing the everyday outfits, but I did record all of their outfits and do all their outfits. However, this video was over 20 minutes when I sped it down or sped it up, and so I just couldn't include all of them. So you guys will just have to deal with that. Anyway, I really love Percy Jackson. I've always loved Percy Jackson ever since I picked up the first book, and my little brain was like, oh my frickin' gosh, I can't stand how cool this guy is. I want to be like him. I want to be like Annabeth, really smart and great. So I don't know, I just relate to the book, I relate to the characters. I love fantasy, if you couldn't tell. So I loved this book, obviously. And I just recently actually started rereading the books, I think in December, and I read the first set all throughout 2 weeks in December for my Christmas break. So I read the first five books, the original Percy Jackson books, and then I've been reading the other books in between class for my school because I go to college, so I have a lot of work. And so I've just been reading the Heroes of Olympus series now, which is I just love it so much, and I still need to read the Trials of Apollo and the Magnus Chase books. I started both of them, but I haven't finished them. So I thought I wanted to read them, but I thought, you know what? I have to refamiliarize myself with the lore of the Percy Jackson world first, because otherwise I will not know what's going on. Um, so that's what I've been doing with my life. Right now, I believe I am on The House of Hades, and it's one of my favorite books because Percy and Annabeth are trapped together and they get to be together in this and help each other out, and we get to really see their relationship grow even further, and then we get to see Nico like coming to terms with who he is and making friends with Jason Grace, and my little heart just can't take it. Like, I am tearing up as we speak. I love character, like, I just love characters so much more than real people, and that's not a good thing to say, but it's very true. I really love these characters, and I really care for them as well. I can't help it. It's like it's ingrained into my DNA, yo. Um, So yeah, I'm really excited to be reading these books again. It's just made me feel so many emotions, so much nostalgia too. It's crazy. I'm 18 years old. I shouldn't be feeling nostalgic. But yeah, right now we're creating Nico, who, yeah, I would say he's my fave. Him and Percy, yeah, they're tied. They're tied. Nico is just me. Like, I relate to him on so many levels. His character, who he is, especially in high school, I related to Nico quite a bit. And I just feel like, yes, I am a child of Hades. For a really long time, I wanted to date Nico, like, shipped myself with Nico, because that's what I do. But he's gay, so that's not gonna work out. Will Solus can have him. That's fine. I love it. But yeah, so now I used to think I was like a Poseidon child, which maybe I still am, but I definitely feel closer to Hades, especially now that I've been introduced to Hazel and Nico and Bianca. Um, I don't know. I used to just think of Hades as like darkness and then and all that, and Nico kind of like is that stereotype, and I kind of am that stereotype too. And then Bianca and Hazel kind of break that stereotype, and I totally forgot about that. So now that I see them all together as a collection of children from Hades, I'm like, wait, yeah, I am a child of Hades. I may be more Nico, but in places I'm also Bianca or Hazel. I mean, I don't think I'm really that much like Hazel, but in terms of like wanting to help people. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not like Hazel in terms of wanting to help people either. I think I'm just very genuine. And Nico isn't very genuine. He doesn't share a lot of information. It takes him a while to get out of his shell. It doesn't take me a while to get out of my shell. I am an introvert, but not that kind of an introvert. Um, I love the relationship between Nico and Percy. I love the relationship between Nico and Jason. I think that's all. I thought that was so like great of Rick Riordan, the author of these books, to include. I am glad that he was like, Nico is gay because he's gay, guys. There were no signs because there don't always need to be signs. And yet, I think closely looking back in the books, there are signs, but also like not, because I don't think Rick knew that he wanted Nico to be gay in the beginning. I think once he started writing the second set of series, that's when he figured it out. Um, but I really do appreciate it. I think it was done in a really good way. Next, we're on to Leo, who is my favorite out of the new characters that are introduced to us in the second set of books. I feel for Leo so much, not to the extent that I feel for Nico or Percy, but I just want Leo to be safe and I want him to be happy because he's so unhappy all the time and it makes me so sad because he's such a little jokester. And I don't know, I felt so badly for him, and I was really happy that we got a character like him, because Percy is like amazing. He's great and he's super funny, but Leo is funny in a different way, in a more like sneaky kind of a way, and also in a more like, I'm a troublemaker, I know it, I love it. And I think that's really what makes Leo awesome. And he always wants to help people, which I think is great too. He's very selfless in that aspect. And kind of it reminds me a little bit of Ron in Harry Potter, because Ron always helps Harry with things no matter what, even if he's mad at him, even if he, I don't know, it's just like the selfless friend, and it makes me happy that he does that. I mean, Percy is by far the most selfless person. He fell into Tartarus with Annabeth because he loves her and he's not about to let her go in there by himself. But you get what I mean, you know. I cannot fathom falling into Tartarus. I don't think I would survive at all. I can't. No, there's no way. There's no way. I am barely surviving college as we speak. I am living my life as a half life, as a shell of myself, a former woman, a woman scorned. No, I'm not a woman scorned. That's a different thing. But now we're moving on to Piper. Piper is one of my least favorite characters. I don't like her. Don't like her very much. I think she was necessary to the plot. Just don't like her. Um, she takes a lot of stuff for granted. Takes a lot of people for granted. She takes a lot of her gifts for granted. I just think she needed a better vehicle or uh, arc. I don't know. I don't know. She's a good character. She's a good person. She's like nice. I just don't connect to her. I don't connect to a lot of the new characters, which is fine. I like them. I just connect way more to the originals, like Percy, Annabeth, Grover, Nico. Leo is the only one I've connected to like on a super duper like intense level. Also, Piper's eyes, they are described as a kaleidoscope by many a person in the books, and I have a very set style in The Sims where I like the eyes to look natchy, aka natural. So these eyes that I downloaded are the most natural eyes that I could find. I hate most of the custom content eyes that I find. Like, it looks so unnatural to me. And this game is in itself unnatural, but I just cannot stand them, you guys. So, the best I could do with her eyes was that bluish color. I could have done purple, but honestly, I feel like the blue suited her better and also just reminds me more of Kaleidoscope because blue can change very quickly into gray, into other things, you know. So, there's that. So now we're working on Jason Grace, and I kind of feel stupid that I didn't use that hairstyle on him. I used a different hairstyle, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I am a dummy, and my brain is not working correctly. I I do like Jason Grace a lot, but I don't. I think he's like a discount Percy. And I was reading the second book, no, the third book in the fiveology. I don't know. And Piper was like, I don't know why everyone thinks Percy's so attractive. He's like goofy and weird, and Jason's like super hot. And I was just like, okay, bitch, like what? Like, you a fool. I'm sorry, but Percy is beautiful. And I cannot. Hazel Grace said he reminded her of a Greek god. So, STFU, bitch, and get the fuck out, okay? And yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. Her judgment is very off. That's all I'm gonna say. I love that um Thalia Grace and Jason Grace are siblings. I think that is so great. I thought that was such a cool way to connect the camps rather than just having it be Percy and Jason were switched. No, like this has been going on for a while. This is the catalyst that got Thalia to leave her mother. I think that's great. Also, I think that it's great that Jason got hit with a brick. I think that's hilarious and I want to die laughing. Um Oh, speaking of connections between the two series, Raina and Hilia, I don't know, her sister, they are such a huge connection, and that was so perfectly done, y'all. Like, I totally forgot about the island, and then when she reminds us, she cues our brains into that, I was just like, oh my god, Rick, you're a genius! This is the best! Um, anyway, this is Mrs. O'Leary. I love Mrs. O'Leary. I love dogs. I love big black dogs. I love Padfoot from Harry Potter, aka Sirius Black. He is my favorite character. So I thought I have to include Mrs. O'Leary. And I was also, again, I was stupid. I should have included Frank and Hazel. But, you know, hindsight is 2020. So there's that. Also, I don't have any pictures of the people because I deleted everything. Just know that I did take them and I lost them. But leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.